Pro-Ganja activists were tuned to the Senate sitting on Thursday, where members of the upper house debated the milestone amendment to the Drugs Prevention and Misuse Act to decriminalize small quantities of cannabis, 30 grams or less. Ahead of the debate, outside the Parliament building, Senator Lisa Jawahir noted the significance of the bill for the judicial and penal systems.
We're sending those young people to prison for those amounts. They are in there for some time because, our justice system, we have a lot of things that we need to fix there. And by the time they come back into society, they have lost out and missed out on a number of their years. They have missed out on an opportunity to education, to be able to even start a business or, to get to get to know their family members better. So I think it's very responsible of the government to want to do this at this point to provide another opportunity at a second chance.
Despite criticism surrounding the legislative priorities of the SLP administration, with some quarters questioning the timing and importance of the bill, leader of government business in the Senate, Guibion Ferdinand, cited the overcrowded cells behind prison walls, the infringement on religious rights of Rastafarians, and the ill-directed use of law enforcement resources as justification for legal reforms.
Africa for sure. I believe that we must remind people that it is still illegal. So meanwhile, our athletes, please do not indulge if you have aspirations of going far with your development. So, Mr. President, I want to now make the point that our intention here is not to make indiscriminate smoking or any of these things legal, but it is to remove the discrimination that exists.
Inside the August chamber, the amendment would be the subject of heavy criticism from the opposition.
So while as an opposition we do agree that this is something that is absolutely necessary because of the evolution of our society and where we are and the infringement of the Rastafarian community to have their religious rights, I am baffled. Why this approach? Why come rush? The government claims that it's only been in government. Some senators say a month, some say 6 weeks, some say 7 weeks. It confuses my calendar. But why rush, Mr. Speaker, to bring a piece of paper to expunge your records and make it legal for some people to be in possession of it, and then it's not legal for people to import, nor it's not legal for people to produce it.
Independent Senator Deale pointed to the fallout for society from what he views as the undue dedication of personnel, man-hours, and resources of law enforcement for the war on drugs, which started in the 1970s.
And it's also taken a lot of effort to find and eradicate them. These resources, I would submit, could perhaps have been better used doing other areas of police and law enforcement. For decades, the Drugs Misuse and Prevention Act, and particularly the areas which affect cannabis use, have unfairly targeted a disadvantaged strata of our society. For decades, it has led to the incarceration and criminalization of a particular class and category of persons. It has robbed these young men of the ability to contribute productively to society, and by extension, it has robbed us as a whole of their talents and their potential.
Following the nearly 5-hour debate, the landmark legislation would eventually pass the upper house.
Senators, the question is that the committee rises and the bill be reported. I now put the question. As many as are of this opinion, say aye. As many as are of a contrary opinion, say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it.
With the passage of the amended bill in the Senate on Thursday, the legislation will then be sent to the Governor General for his assent before the amendment is formalized and published in the Gazette, becoming officially law. Sola Shalford, HTS News Force.